All right, everybody, welcome. Warm welcome to this free hour we have together. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your precious time and attention here today with me and with us. I'm Brooke McNamara. I know a lot of you and I don't know a lot of you, so thank you for coming back if you do know me, and thank you for taking a risk and showing up without knowing who I am or what we're going to be doing. Thank you. Just received a smoothie from my bodhisattva husband. I love you too. So this workshop is called Connected and Free because that is how I feel when I engage in poetry and meditation. Reliably, I end up feeling connected and free at some point in the process. So I end up finding both more intimacy with myself and my life, as messy and unresolvable and beautiful as it might be. And I do contact reliably a dimension of myself that's inherently liberated, that's always free. And both of those together feel like beauty. That feels like beauty to me, to feel connected to you all, this moment, my body, my life, and free, free from habits, free from feeling like I have to do what I always do, and free enough to engage with spontaneity, skillful action, creativity, and compassion. So that's what I'm hoping for all of you in some way, in a way that is true for you. And may it be so. So if you don't know me, I'll just do the briefest of bios. I'm a poet and have been since I was a little girl. Zen, lifelong Zen practitioner and student, and now teacher as of a year ago. Just love sitting still and soaking in and as silence. And I'm also a mom, so that keeps me humble. Keeps me humble and honest and down to earth. And those three pieces, poetry, meditation, and Zen and motherhood, always seem to work in harmony to keep my heart open and tender and my mind curious. So that's who I am. Can't wait to get to know you all more today and maybe in the future. I wanted to unpack just a little bit the title of this course, so Connected and Free. I already spoke about that. And then the subtitle is Writing and Meditation for Experiencing and Expressing Living Truth. It's kind of a mouthful. Writing and meditation for experiencing and expressing living truth. So I'm a poet. That's just the form that I've always been drawn to writing in. But if you don't identify as a poet or even a writer, you're still very, very welcome. All of this is human practice. It's just for us to become more human. And again, like I said, engaging writing as a practice of listening. I always engage writing as listening, paradoxically. And that gesture of simply sitting down to listen for what my body wants to say, what my heart wants to say, what my mind wants to say. And sometimes I have no idea where the writing is coming from. I have no idea, but something starts to speak. And it's interesting to follow that something. So that process of writing and of meditation, of just coming into coherence, stillness, silence, and harmony are ways to both experience and express living truth. Not a concept that's solidified or fixed, but a kind of dynamic, awake, alive, agile, sometimes erotic, sometimes heartbreaking truth. So truthfulness is something we're going to explore today because that has so many connotations. But again, not a truth that's out there. We're going to hunt for and listen for and seduce some truth that's deep inside and right here. So immanent and also perhaps transcendent truth. How does that sound? Great. I see head nods, I see thumbs up, and I see some fist pumps, which makes me happy. There we go. All right, great. So I want to read this tiny poem from Emily Dickinson, all the way back to the 1800s, where she's talking about how sometimes truth does not want to come out directly or in its full exposed grandeur, but sometimes truth is circuitous, meandering. Sometimes it comes out sideways. And so I just want to offer this possibility that we can trust the way our truth is going to speak to us and nudge us today. And if it doesn't come immediately, and if it doesn't come fully formed, and if it doesn't come in a linear way, that's just fine. It can come in any way it wants to. So my assistant, Kaylee, hi, Kaylee. Some of you know Kaylee, she's here. She's going to put this in the chat if you want to read along, and I'll just read it aloud as well. This is called Tell All the Truth, but Tell It Slant by Emily Dickinson. Tell all the truth, but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies. Too bright for our infirm delight, the truth's superb surprise. As lightning to the children eased with explanation kind, the truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. So that's what we're inviting in today, is a layered process of the truth revealing itself in its own time and in a way that we can actually metabolize it, so that it's coming in a homeopathic dose. We're not just getting the full download, although maybe we will, but we're just noticing what's true in layers and letting it sneak in and simmer. So I'll just read that one more time. Tell all the truth, but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies. Too bright for our infirm delight, the truth's superb surprise. As lightning to the children eased with explanation kind, the truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. Okay. Thanks, Emily. So I'll give you a brief map for where we're going in the next 50 minutes, and then we'll dive into the territory itself. We'll start with I'll read you one of my poems as an invitation into meditation, and then we'll have a short guided meditation that I'll lead you through. And then after that, we'll have a short writing session to kind of warm us up and get the juices flowing. And I'll have a few prompts if you want them, just to get some words on the page and get that flowing. Then I have a little mini micro teaching about different ways that we can express truth or put truth into language from my experience. And then I have a nice long writing prompt with a couple sections where you can explore what I've just offered in that teaching in your own writing. Then we'll have a little time to share at the end. How does that sound? Hoping for some more fist pumps. There we go. Great. Okay. And I'll just give you a reminder that this workshop's being recorded and it will be shared. There's almost 500 people registered for this workshop, so it'll be shared pretty widely. And so if you do want to share at some point later in the workshop, just know it's being recorded. And if something feels more personal and you want to share it here but not be recorded, just let me know and I'll pause the recording while you share. How's that sound? Is that good? Okay, great. Okay. So one more poem I'll read, and this is one of mine from my first book called Feed Your Vow. And I chose this poem slash it chose me for this workshop because I remember writing it and I remember the sensation of it, of just listening and wanting to say something that felt honest in the moment. And this is what came, and this is myself speaking to myself. And it just felt true in the moment, you know? So again, Kaylee will put it into the chat if you want to read along, or you can go ahead and close your eyes and just listen. So I'll read this. I'll read it once, nice and slow, and then we'll go right into our guided meditation. So this is called Stop With Me. Stop. Stop working. Stop trying to stop working. Stop trying. Stop being lazy. Stop searching for meaning. Stop landing anywhere. Stop acting confused. Stop. Stop locking up your mysteries. Let me in. Stop rearranging the surface features of your life. Stop thinking deep is deep. Stop thinking blood is red. Stop hoarding the blood red wisdom unborn in you. There's got to be a better way. Do you love me? Stop loving me. Stop unloving me. Stop tearing me apart. Stop with me. Let's stop together. 6 seconds. Ready, set, stop. Now let's stop together forever and let the stopping go. I lied. I'm just going to read it one more time because I know sometimes it's helpful to hear a poem twice. So first, I'll invite you, if you have a meditation practice already, to find your sitting posture. And if you don't, just find a posture that's comfortable as well as wakeful. So you can take a couple moments to stretch or move, twist or shake, breathe or make some sound. And then I'll invite you to not read along this time, but to come into either sitting with an upright spine, or maybe you want to lie down, that's fine too. And just softening your gaze so that your vision is blurred and you're receiving the periphery as well as what's in front of you, and just letting the colors and shapes fall into your eyes in a receptive way, or you can close your eyes all the way. Make sure that your legs and lower half of your body are organized in a comfortable, relatively symmetrical configuration. And just place your hands somewhere that feels good. Palms down on your thighs is really grounding. Palms up is good for receptivity. Or you can bring your hands to your belly or your heart, or a mudra if you like to sit with a mudra. And just take a couple deeper breaths than you have yet today, softening your belly and softening your jaw. You can make a little sound on the exhale. And anything I'm saying, take it or leave it. Just use what works for you to bring your body and mind in harmony with your breath right now. That's the imperative is organizing body, mind, and breath into a coherent whole, into relative stillness, and into both awake alertness and easeful sweetness. So we're tuning body, mind, and breath to this very moment, inviting both wakefulness and ease. So as you keep breathing into all that, I'll just read this one more time. Stop with me. Stop. Stop working. Stop trying to stop working. Stop trying. Stop being lazy. Stop searching for meaning. Stop landing anywhere. Stop acting confused. Stop. Stop locking up your mysteries. Let me in. Stop rearranging the surface features of your life. Stop thinking deep is deep. Stop thinking blood is red. Stop hoarding the blood red wisdom unborn in you. There's got to be a better way. Do you love me? Stop loving me. Stop unloving me. Stop tearing me apart. Stop with me. Let's stop together. 6 seconds. Ready, set, stop. Now let's stop together forever and let the stopping go. So you can continue to simply sit with your breath and just take these few moments to experience what's real, what's true at the level of your body in a direct way. What are you hearing? What sensations are arising in your body and where? Is there a taste in your mouth? Is there heat in your belly or coolness in your fingers? Inviting intimacy and direct experience of your body in this emerging present moment. What's it like to be and have this body right now? Especially if we're not trying to change the experience. What is the experience? What's simply true in your body right now? Can you just feel it? And as well, you may notice that the experience of body isn't separate from feeling and emotions. So, is there a sensation that has a twinge of something like sadness, or something like fear, or something like excitement or joy? And you don't have to name it right now. You can simply feel it directly. That's all it ever wants, is to be felt directly and breathed right now. So being brave and simple enough to feel the body, sensations, and emotions as they are directly right now. And also including if the mind is thinking, which is fine, that's what minds do. And if it's making images, which is fine, that's what imaginations do. Just noticing that and not pushing it away. It's not wrong, but also not grabbing on and indulging. Just notice, what are these words and thoughts and images, and what's it like to just experience them as the sky experiences weather? What is just true right now in thought, image, sensation, and feeling, letting it all be here as it is, as it is. And as a further gesture in the Zen tradition, it's called taking the backward step. You can play with getting curious right now about the dimension in you that is aware of all of this experience. What in you right now is aware of my voice? And you can identify with or rest as this part that is aware, like the open sky. So allowing your full experience and even being intimate with it, with the sensations and the feelings and the images and the thoughts, and resting as a wide open, ever present awareness. We have no idea the size of, timeless, something unconditioned and already free right here, that is silently observing and intimate with every little piece of your experience. And if the mind wants to figure that out, that's fine. Just watching that too. And continuing to be genuinely curious, what is aware of it all? What is already free from it all? And what is free enough to be intimate with it all, with a tender heart and with compassion. And just let yourself sit and breathe for a few more moments as the full truth of what you are. You don't have to do anything, just being the truth, what you are right now. Cold, tired, scared, happy, wide open, infinite, timeless, angry, inspired, confused. Just being with the full truth, whatever it is. Even if it's contradictory. And if you like, you can join your palms in gasho or prayer to complete the meditation, and you don't have to. You can also just come out into the space as you like. If you want to, you can make a little bow. Okay, thank you. Thank you for being willing to go for that little ride. And I want to invite you straight away to your paper or an open document on your computer. And for just 3 minutes, I want you to free write, just let the words fall onto the page. I have a bunch of prompts, and you can use one or you can use all of them. You can just see which one speaks to you. Kaylee will put them in the chat. The prompts are right now, the truth is ... Right now, the truth is, or right now, a truth is, or right now, my truth is. You can also use if I'm being honest, ... or to be completely uncensored, ... or just real talk, ... Just an invitation to be fully truthful. And of course, it's not always skillful to share this stuff in relationship, but right now, this is just for you. You don't ever have to share it if you don't want to. Just what's true, as simple or elaborate as that might be right now. So again, those prompts are in the chat, and you'll have about 3 minutes or so to just see what comes out. Okay, taking just a few more moments. This is just the first prompt. There'll be more time to write in a little bit. Just a few more moments with this one. And when you're done with this one, will you please put in the chat how you feel after expressing some truth? How does it feel to simply express some truth on your page? If you're willing to put in the chat a word or short phrase for how that feels. Okay, great. So go ahead and finish up your writing for now. And I'm just going to read some of these comments in the chat, how it feels to simply express some truth on the page. Coherent, floating on calm waters, cathartic. Truth is elusive, yes. Tender, yeah. Relaxing, releasing, honest, polar, good. Clear, which is always a great thing. Open, wonderful, lighter, real, passionate. Goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello. Good. Real talk, no jive, short and truthful. Yeah. Releasing, relaxing, raw, authentic, insightful, lighter. Expressing my truth made it feel so obvious. Like, why was this so hard to see when it's so available now? Okay, good. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, it's very simple, but not always easy. So thank you for engaging. And a few of you said things like elusive or hello, goodbye, sort of pointing us back to Emily Dickinson's poem about how success in circuit lies. Sometimes it's circuitous, it meanders, it plays hide and seek. It's seductive rather than straightforward. And I want to play with different ways to put the truth into language. And so I'm going to just, of course, there's infinite ways, but I'm going to describe three that I find myself playing with and using in writing poetry, three ways of engaging the truth. Because if I'm honest, this is what I'm always doing, is looking for what's true. Because what's true is beautiful. Keats is famous for saying that a long time ago. Beauty is truth and truth beauty. And also what's true is enlivening and it's holding and it creates a sense of coherence and well-being. Even if we're really sick or suffering or even dying, the truth is still cohering and enlivening and puts us right on the pulse of this life-death conundrum, what the Zen tradition calls the great matter of life and death. So searching for the truth, as elusive as it might be, will always gift us experiences of beauty, even if they're heartbreaking, and will always put us more into the inside of the great matter of life and death. That's what I'm always hungry for. And it's not always, sometimes it's heavy and serious, and sometimes it's very ridiculous and playful. Sometimes the truth is so funny. Sometimes it's sexy, sometimes it's heartbreaking, and on, but it's always true. So the three ways I want to talk about engaging truth in language are, the first one being description. How can I describe an experience or an event? How can I describe reality in a way that feels really true? And this mode of language has a sort of objectivity and a sort of precision or scientific approach. And it's really important in poetry because it's grounding. What are the specifics of this moment? How can I describe them? Maybe directly or maybe with metaphor. So I might take a little reroute using a metaphor, but how can I just plainly describe experience as it is? So that's number one. Number two is, how can I express truth? How can I express myself, which is probably, I'm guessing, what a lot of you just engaged in that writing prompt. How can I express something from my subjective interior that's going to probably have to do with sense making, making sense of what I've just described, making meaning making. How do I, given my own background and my own mind patterns, how do I make meaning? And how do I feel? Which is really important. Our emotional life is really correlates with our level of happiness and well-being. There's plenty of studies, even out of Harvard, about how emotional maturity has a lot to do with happiness and our relationship health and everything. So how do I feel about the thing? So I can describe it, I can express. And the third is what is sometimes called creative speech acts, where we engage language in a creative, active, participatory way where we're intending to influence reality. We're not describing it. We're not expressing about it. We are declaring it. We're influencing reality. And if you've studied other languages, this is the imperative tense where we're making a command or a request, or it's also a declaration or a promise or a vow. When you make vows in a religious ceremony or a political ceremony or a wedding or interpersonal ritual, a vow is a declaration of how reality will be, how I intend to engage in it. So can you feel the difference between describing, expressing, and then a creative speech act? Creative speech act is more muscular, right? It's more active, it's more declaratory. It's like I'm saying these words and then I will behave as such, or maybe even reality will be influenced by the words I'm saying in some mysterious way. So those are just three kind of categories that I'm loosely putting into baskets. But what's important to me is for you to get to play with each one and feel the difference in your own experience. So we only have an hour. I'm going to just keep us going. Are you cool with that? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to briefly invite you back into your meditative space so you can put your pen down or look away from the screen, close your eyes, and just find that meditative space or contemplative space. And I want to invite you to just open your attention to your life right now, your life story, the different dimensions of relationship and career and perhaps family, vocation. And just invite an event or an experience that has happened recently that would like some of your attention. And try to lower your expectations about what this event is. It doesn't need to be fancy or poetic. It can be very ordinary. Just trust the first thing that comes. Maybe it's just a conversation in the grocery store yesterday, or maybe it's a painful thing around money, whatever it is. Just see what event or experience wants your attention. Does everybody have something? Can you give me a gesture or, yeah. Okay, great. And then if you don't have something, I'll say just choose eating breakfast this morning. It doesn't have to be any fancier than that. But I'm going to first give you a few minutes to simply, this is an important practice in any form of writing, simply describe this event or experience with as much specific detail, concrete sensory detail as you can. And I don't want you to feel rushed, but just know it's going to be brief, so just let it be kind of light and quick. How can you describe this event? What happened? And what are the concrete details you can put into language? So for just 2 or 3 minutes, describe this experience or event. Just take a few more moments with this describing. Or if you already feel complete for now, the next phase, when you're ready, Kaylee will put into the chat, is play with expressing. So instead of just describing, express. How are you making sense of this experience? Or how are you making meaning right now? How do you feel about it emotionally or physically? So express yourself, express your subjective experience about this in a truthful way. I'm angry, or I feel confused. I think this means I need to let go of dot, dot, dot. Make sense, make meaning, and feel about it, express about it. And then the third and final layer, when you're ready, and Kaylee will put it in the chat, is how do you want to creatively participate with this event or experience? How can you use words right now and moving forward to make a declaration or make an intention or ask a powerful question? So a creative speech act where I say, I will no longer stand for this, or now I am moving from love, or what is the wisest way to engage this situation? So it can be an inquiry, but an active creative speech act now, using your language actively to declare, intend, or inquire about this and see what that's like. Just play with that. You may feel complete. And if not, if you're still going, just take a couple more moments or find a place to pause and let this exercise know that you will return to it later. The hour goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. I always say this is my favorite kind of party. Writing and meditating and connecting. And it really does, in my experience, warp time. Time gets very weird. So, this is a taster for a 9-week course that starts September 4th called Awakening to the Poetic. And I don't have time to say much about it, but Kaylee will put the link in the chat if you'd like to join. There's different price levels to meet your financial context. And I'll just say that those workshops are an hour and a half with a half an hour optional meditation before. So in total, it can be 2 hours of this. Or if you want to skip the meditation, it's an hour and a half. And there's time where we connect in small groups about our writing and a lot of sharing in the big group. There's a lot of laughter, there's a lot of tears, and honestly, just a lot of magic that I can't explain. It's the human spirit, really. Like when we just sit down and make contact with the human spirit and the truth, it's profound. So I just want to see. So Kaylee put the link in the chat. You'll get a follow-up email with a recording of this and that link. But I don't want to end on logistics. I would love to hear from one or two of you before we close. I'd love to end on your work and what came out in your process and how you're doing. So one or two of you, are you willing to share how was that? Or did you write something that you want to read in front of everybody? I'm just curious to hear. Let's see.
Mariana and also Michael.
Okay, great. We'll hear from Mariana and Michael, and just keeping in mind that we have 4 minutes, so kind of brief sharing. Go ahead, Mariana, you're muted.
I did choose something that is big.
Yeah.
Big and happening today.
Okay. Great.
Today is the life-changing yes or no from Thomas, the eminent surgeon, golden, gorgeous, gregarious, perfect man God. My stomach is tight, my heart fluttering, flapping, flooding with love for my beloved. No matter the answer, we will stand as trees, deep roots unbending, no weeping willows are we.
Wow. Wow. Thank you.
That's what came out.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. And what's interesting, I just was like, I don't hear 3 different sections. I hear one whole. I think we have time. Will you please read it one more time and then we'll come to you, Michael. Thank you, Mariana.
I think I did 2 sections. Today is the life-changing yes or no from Thomas, the eminent surgeon, golden, gorgeous, gregarious, perfect man God. My stomach is tight, my heart fluttering, flapping, flooding with love for my beloved. No matter the answer, we will stand as trees, deep roots unbending, no weeping willows are we.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Mariana. Thank you for sharing.
I did use 2 sections, right? The last one was a stand.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if I focus on the categories, I can find them, but it also feels like one coherent whole. Yeah.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Sending you a lot of love for this event today.
It's a heart. It's for my husband's heart.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, everybody, for listening to me.
Thank you, Mariana. Michael.
Yes, what a beautiful context to explore. So thank you. And I'll read for you just something brief that I wrote.
Okay.
I'd like to share it.
Please.
When the memory leaves you, somewhere you can't make it home, pick them up. Pick up the chains, the ropes that bound you. Pick them up. You can take them off again. It's a choice. Rattle them, shake them, wave them wildly. Do not turn. A bucket, a gush, a wash, an ocean. They're right there on the periphery. You are home. Not two, not one, not two, not one. Pick them up and put them down. You've hung out in this freedom for too long.
Nice. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Beautiful. I love the flexibility in that. Pick them up, put them down. You are home, not one, not two. It's very free functioning. Lots of liberation. Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good to meet you in person.
Yes. I'll see you in the future.
Great. Good. Okay, I wish I could hear from more of you. I would like to just invite you to put one word in the chat. Just a word or a phrase for your current state. And that way everyone can check out. And as you're doing that, well, let me wait for you to do that. Gratitude, easeful, thankful, bright. Gratitude, hopeful, bold, moved, relieved, soft and glimmery. Grateful, safe, nice. Surprised, complete connection. Gratitude, gratitude, awakening, grateful, open, shimmer. Much to think about. Thank you. Peaceful, a well of living waters. Gracias, alive. Beautiful. Warming up, nourished and ready for the beach. Good, Katya. Nice. Okay, beautiful. Thank you all. I just want to leave you by saying thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up. Even if this is all we ever get, I'm glad our paths crossed. If I get to see you in the future, how lovely. And I do want to end by dedicating whatever goodness, aliveness, truth, beauty we cultivated today. May it benefit each of you in a real way. May it benefit your loved ones, and may it somehow mysteriously benefit all beings. May it be so. Thank you all so much. And we've got some more warming up. Nourished. Namaste, heart. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Take really good care, everybody. Much love. See you down the road.
Thank you, Brooke. Be well. See
You're
you.
welcome. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Adios.
Thank you.
Ciao.